Well, the PPA Tour is excited to be in Cincinnati, Ohio for the Baird Wealth Management Open and the Lindner Family Tennis Center. Not tennis this week. It is all about the Professional Pickleball Association and day 2 of Tennis Channel's coverage about to get underway. We had a very fun day with day 1, all singles play, but we're going to flip the script a little bit and turn to pro mixed doubles. Welcome inside the Tennis Channel studios, everybody. Dave Benz alongside Dave Fleming. Let's talk about mixed doubles because it's a lot different than what you saw in singles yesterday. I think a lot of pickleball players are more familiar with personally playing doubles, so probably can relate a little bit more to what they're going to see.
Yeah, the Tennis Channel audience probably is more familiar with what we saw yesterday, that being singles. So it looks a little more like tennis. Mixed doubles, much different than what we saw yesterday. You will see the male player being very aggressive. You're going to see them coming over and taking balls on the woman's side of the court. They're trying to find up angles. They're trying to find patterns that affect the other team. And the male who is really dominant can do that. But these ladies aren't backing down from anybody. They make the difference in mixed doubles. And it's truly one of the rare pro sports where mixed doubles is not just a thing. It might be the most popular thing in pickleball. This is going to be a great day.
The two teams to keep an eye on, especially a lot of good teams, but the teams you're really going to want to keep an eye on, Lucy Kovalova and Matt Wright, who are a team not only on the court but also off the court. And then you've got the #1 ranked team in the world, Annalie Waters and Ben Johnson. Ben Johnson, I have a feeling, is going to have a little bit of a chip on his shoulder after it didn't go so well on Thursday.
No, he didn't even make the semis of singles. What? How did that happen? So, yes, he's going to be motivated. Annalie's always motivated. So that team has been absolute money. They've only lost one time all season long. And Jessie Irvin, who does not play singles, oh, is she playing well? She is paired up with Jay DeVilliers, the flying Frenchman. He will be ready.
Should be a great day of coverage, and we're excited to bring it to you. We will take you live out to Mason, Ohio, with the coverage from the Baird.
Welcome to the PPA Baird Wealth Management Open, the Greater Cincinnati area and Lindner Family Tennis Center. It's mixed doubles day. And first up on championship court, we have Callan Dawson, as well as Megan Dizon, taking on two Utahns, Allyce Jones and Spencer Smith. I'm Johnny Pickleball Andrews, and join with me in the booth today is none other than Kyle McKenzie.
How's it going, Johnny? Happy to be here, man. Excited to watch the best in the world put on a show for us here. Looks like we're getting started.
And Spencer Smith right off the get-go, finding the middle. And all these players very familiar with one another, as 3 out of the 4 of them come from Utah. And obviously, Allyce Jones and Megan Dizon have been doubles partners for quite some time now.
Yeah, it looks like everybody's just feeling each other out so far, trying to play the patient game. We've seen just a couple of pop-ups that have been taken advantage of. And like you mentioned, Johnny, very familiar with each other's games. I'd be interested to see what tactics each team looks to employ here early.
0-0-2.
Allyce Jones coming up a little short on that one, unable to execute. Just kind of first few points here, just get him out of the way, get some nerves out.
Somewhat of an uncharacteristic shot by Callan there. He is known for his soft game, doesn't drive as often, but definitely opted for a third shot drive there. Be interested to see how aggressive he chooses to be in this match, given that it's mixed doubles. Generally, the male player looks to take more offensive chances early in the points.
That's going to be a tough hands battle, won by Callan, Dawson. And played Callan a few times in mixed doubles, and he does love to drive that third shot and then crash. So as you saw in that last point, I assume if he gets the third, you're going to see that quite frequently.
You know, I think it's all going to come down to mostly Allyce and the quality of her counterpunching. If she's hurting him with that first volley, I could see him slowing down, but it appears that he's getting you know, more of a neutral volley where he likes his chances moving forward.
Second server.
Little Ernie on display there from Callan. Great athleticism.
0-2-2.
And Spencer Smith able to get that one down.
Point.
As now Spencer and Allyce Jones get on the board.
1-2-2.
And not a good idea as Megan Dizon sitting all over that with her two-handed backhand.
Yeah, sometimes when you attack locations that are a little bit higher on your opponents, you can jam them, but when they have a two-handed backhand, they generally cover those higher areas quite a bit better, and Megan had no problem in that ball.
Second server. Two, 1-2.
Missing just long on that return there. Looks like we're knotted up at 2 here.
3-1-2.
Excuse me. 3-1, I apologize.
And Spencer Smith getting a nice little roll with that forehand right at the feet of Megan Dizon.
Yeah, great example of, you know, he actually took a little pace off that shot to get that ball down. More of an effective strategy when you've got your opponent's back like that.
And here comes Spencer Smith flying in, hitting the left hip of Callan Dawson. Not just swinging away, but precisely putting the ball on a specific spot to jam the player.
2-3-1.
Just a little wide there from Callan.
3-3-1.
And there's Callan Dawson flying across the kitchen. You'll see it here on instant replay. There he goes, hitting the right shoulder of Allyce Jones. She's unable to get out of the way or even get the paddle in that correct position.
3-3-2.
2 on the Ernie count for Callan so far.
Great lead by Spencer Smith.
Certainly more of a traditional mixed doubles point there. The ladies in that common forehand to forehand pattern. I'd say so far we've seen a lot of moving the ball around, not as much isolation, but we'll see where the match takes us as it progresses here.
3-4-1. Second server.
Just a little short on the drop there, attempt from Callan.
3-4-2.
And Spencer Smith trying to reach in.
Point.
Get that ball back over to Megan Dizon, trying to get the roll once again, unable to succeed that time. You see each
4,
player
4,
kind
2.
of playing to each of their own personal strengths right now.
Side out.
Yeah, absolutely. I think, you know, when you think about the contrast in styles, even though they're doubles partners of Allyce and
4, 4, 1.
Megan Dizon, I would say Allyce is more of the setup player. Megan has a little bit more finishing power. So it's going to be that battle of weapons versus that consistency and that defensive scrappiness today.
4, 4, 2.
Successful first lob of the day from Allyce Jones. Megan Dizon unable to come up with it. I think the over-under would have been that Callan Dawson would have probably done the first lob today.
Certainly would have been my bet, where my money was at. But great
5,
choice,
4, 2.
recognizing that left shoulder was available for the lob, even if she leaves it a little short. Has a good chance of getting a weak response. Nice little momentum build here for Spencer and Allyce. See if they can keep it rolling.
6, 4, 2.
Callan Dawson actually baited Allyce Jones to go behind him, and she sure did, but set it up nicely for herself. Nice little 1-2 combo.
I think it's a play she's going to have to use, even if it doesn't work every time. Callan's known for choking up on the paddle with his grip. Means he's got very fast hands around his body, but he can be exposed when he starts to stretch for that backhand. Great 1-2 combo there from Allyce.
Point.
And catching them backing up is Spencer Smith. And all of a sudden, being down early, just by a little bit, obviously, they made a nice run here, up 8-4 in game one.
Great finish by Callan.
Side out.
You know, one play that I wouldn't mind to see Megan using a little bit more is when Alyssa's drop is landing in the kitchen, she's usually letting it bounce and choosing to simply dink it back. I do think that she has the ability and the skill set to look to use what we call a step back shot and look to make Allyce work a little longer in that mid-court transition area.
Callan Dawson trying to get in there, get involved. Little ambitious move there, but trying to get the right side of Allyce Jones once again. So we've figured out where Callan wants to go.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. I think it's the right idea. Just the ball ended up being just a touch lower than he was hoping. Oh, great cover, great cover. I think what we're starting to see organically is as the ladies are now staying more disciplined in the pattern of forehand to forehand, the gentlemen are now creeping over, looking to cover middle, looking to insert themselves a little bit more, but that does leave court open behind them.
Side out. Eight, 5-1.
And just hitting the bottom part of her paddles. Megan Dizon couldn't get under that ball. A nice attack again from Allyce and Spencer.
9, 5-1.
And that ball is really just coming off Megan Dizon's paddle, just hot this morning.
No, and you know, I think what helps generate that error is Alyssa's court positioning. By her disconnecting and looking to put pressure, it limits the target on that first volley from Callan and Megan.
Point. Game. 11-5.
And that's going to do it for game one. Callan Dawson and Megan Dizon looking to make some adjustments to potentially force a game three, as Allyce Jones and Spencer Smith had a nice run to finish out game one.
Yeah, they found the momentum about midway through and kept it to solidify that game one.
That's fantastic. So Johnny Pickleball Andrews here with Kyle McKenzie, and we will be back. Don't go anywhere. Game 2 coming up. Welcome back to the PPA Baird Wealth Management Open. We're getting set for game 2 here on Mixed Doubles Day. Spencer Smith and Allyce Jones taking care of game 1, looking to close out game 2 here and
Game
move
2.
on. But Megan Dizon
0-0,
and Callan
2.
Dawson, hopefully we'll see if they can make some adjustments to force that game 3. And here we go.
Side out.
Thought it was a much better first point there for Megan Dizon. She made a few dink errors last game.
0-0-1.
She minimized her risk and really looking to extend some of these points and make her opponents earn everything they get here.
What an exchange, what a point from all 4 players. Allyce Jones, Spencer Smith hanging on as long as they can and coming up with some amazing gets, but Callan Dawson
1-0-1.
and Megan Dizon, both, all 4 players having great hands in that rally.
Great example of why pickleball is so addicting. Great point, showcased a little bit of everything there.
Second server.
Yeah, I like the idea from Megan Dizon there. I think that's one of the situations where when you disconnect, you put pressure on your opponents, but you want to have that discipline when they get the ball back at your feet. Sometimes when you're staggered, to let that ball go and leave it for your partner.
And there's Callan Dawson once again trying to drive the 3rd shot, set himself up or his partner for an even better one.
0-1-1.
It's the risk you take when you play that 3rd shot drive. You're looking to put pressure on that volley, but if they stick it just right, sometimes they can get a clean winner or certainly get the advantage in the point early.
That's a great ball movement from Spencer Smith, moving it left and right to set himself up to go right behind Megan Dizon. Great placement.
Yeah, first time I think that we've seen Megan on the left there. Spencer was wanting to keep the ball on her and stay in that cross-court backhand-to-backhand pattern.
And as we said, some adjustments were going to need to be made, and looks like they've already made their first one of having Megan Dizon on the left side.
Yeah, we'll see how long they stick with that. Or
nice little ATP around the post from Spencer Smith.
Beautifully measured there by Spencer. And if you look at Alysse's court position in her footwork, even when she's not hitting the ball, she's looking to show that Ernie attempt to Megan Dizon to limit some of the spots that she's able to dink to.
We're seeing the power volleys come out of Megan Dizon with the 2-handed backhand before and then now the forehand.
I don't know if I'd play a lot more drives her way after seeing the quality of those volleys.
Second server. 1-2-2.
And back and forth we go now. Spencer Smith on the receiving end of that one. And they switch back. It looks like Callan Dawson back on the left. Megan Dizon. They're going to try to go back to their pattern of cross court and just kind of mix it up, it looks like, more than anything.
Yeah, they may be doing more of a 3/4 stack as well, where they don't want, when they're returning for Megan when she's on the left, they don't want her to have to cross there and maybe just play the point on the natural side when she's over there.
I'll recall the score. 2-2-2. I'll recall it again, excuse me. 2-2-1.
What a point. Unbelievable play from all four players. The defense involved in the resets.
Yeah, it certainly doesn't take, it's not a one-ball put-away sort of match. It takes great combinations,
3-2-1.
thinking about placement, anticipation. We've got it all on display here, Johnny.
And Spencer Smith coming up a little short on that one.
Megan did a much better job with her dink. She's normally going with backspin while Allyce is using topspin. And so far in the match, Allyce has had a more penetrating ball, but Megan's doing a better job of getting more depth on her volleys and pushing Allyce back.
Side out.
I think, if I'm in their camp, I think that's a big adjustment to make, is just not necessarily attack, but just be more intentional with your dinking to look to dictate more
2-3-1.
at the kitchen line.
And although Callan Dawson hits that one long, you can tell Megan Dizon has very much settled in with her dinks, and it's not just about going to one spot, but moving it around, and she's showing that flawlessly right now.
Yeah, absolutely.
And a beautiful Ernie from Callan Dawson. You can see it on our instant replay. There he goes. And just out of reach of Spencer Smith.
I believe that's 3 for 3. But to your point, Johnny, there's a way to add variety in your dinking, even with dinking the same person. Sometimes just going to their inside foot is enough to take your opponents out of their rhythm. They can tend to get grooved when they're playing the same shot over and over again.
4-3-2.
Ooh, not by much, not by much. Almost got that one to land.
And Spencer Smith actually smiling in the middle of that point after on one of the shots that he hit that finally hit the net and brought him in.
Score, you have 4.
Had to refocus, but great defense from Callan and Megan.
Shows how much he's slowing the game down in his mind, right? He's able to chuckle to himself mid-fast exchange.
And no chuckling that time as he misses, hits the mid part of the net. Unable to execute there.
3-4-2.
So 3-4-2, Allyce Jones to serve. Yeah, nice early attempt from Spencer Smith. Hits the top of the net. Callan Dawson might have been ready if it didn't hit the net, but one will never know.
Well, that's the risk of, of dinking up your line and moving the ball around to all the spots is, I think when you've got somebody in front of you who's very capable of jumping the kitchen like that, you almost want to go up the line when they're not expecting it. But if you do it at the, quote, obvious times, sometimes they can catch you later. We've seen that happen a few times this match.
A great recovery there from Spencer Smith. Allyce Jones's lob doesn't probably go where she wants it, but Spencer able to bail that one out a little bit.
5-4-2.
And Allyce Jones and Spencer Smith retaking the lead here in game 2.
Side out.
I just have to say, I'm very impressed with Megan Dizon's power.
Yeah.
It seems to be, I don't remember her having that much power.
No, absolutely. And, I think she has the skill set of choosing to hit her ball a little flatter when she wants to get it through the court. And we obviously saw that on a couple points ago. Definitely an elite ball striker in general. Great close there by Callan. Really needed that energy boost for his team here. It's crunch time for them now. They lost game 1. It's tight in game 2. This is where they really need to get their
5-5-2.
Get that lead and keep that momentum.
And Callan sensing that, as you said, kind of a sense of urgency to get in and crash and provide points and do it quickly.
And he got the one he wanted. I expect to actually see him continue to test Allyce with that third shot drive if he's not getting hurt on that volley.
Second server. Five, 5-2.
And there's, once again on display, Megan Dizon's power.
Side out.
Yeah, and to your point, I mean, I may, if I'm Spencer and Allyce, I may go away from the third shot drive for a little while. I just feel like the quality of her volleys, putting them on defense on the very next ball, might opt for the more patient style, at least for a little while.
And Spencer Smith had it set up how he wanted it, with the head shaking back and forth as he walks back to his spot. But they got what they wanted there, just unable to execute.
We've seen a few short lobs get a little bit lucky and get the job done.
And that one's going to go a little wide. You can tell. So when they had success, Spencer and Allyce Jones had success in game 1. It was when they slowed it down and kind of played more patient. And on that time they did, and you see the result. So we'll see if they can continue that.
Yeah, I think it really comes down to the skill set of Megan Dizon. You see the power, you see the clean volleys. Sometimes when you speed a ball up at a counter puncher, you're playing into their hands. But if you can slow things down, make them generate their own offense, stretch the points out a little bit, sometimes you can make people like that a little bit more uncomfortable. It's really nice. It's the first time Allyce, I believe, has played that attack to the inside hip of Callan. He's normally great at covering that spot, but it just shows variety goes a long way, especially when you're speeding the ball up.
6-6-1.
And Spencer Smith sitting all over that ball with his forehand. And that's going to tie things up where we had actually 7-6, correction, 7-6-1.
Second server. 7-6-2. Side out.
And going to the opposite side that time is Megan Dizon and having success.
And again, she could have hit that ball bigger, but she chose to find a location, keep it low that would pressure Spencer more than just pace alone. Great choice.
Second
and
server.
Callan Dawson trying once again his chip in charge.
Yeah, I like the idea. I think Callan a few times this match has chosen to drive those short and low returns. I think when it happens to be low and short, probably he'd be better off dropping that ball. But you can see the urgency. He definitely feels like he has a gain using his power and crashing in behind it.
7-6-1. I'll recall score. 7-7-1.
Got a little mix-up on the score here.
2. Excuse me. Recalling it. 7-7-2.
Okay, so we got it figured out. We're at 7-7-2 here in game 2.
Side out. Seven, 7-1.
Oh, that's a tough cover.
Point.
It's one thing to get the ATP back. It's another thing to do something with it. To come up with a clean winner there is pretty darn high level from Spencer there. Great point.
8-7-1.
And Megan Dizon sitting all over it, waiting for the power, that counter punching that we talked about, ready to go once Allyce Jones speeds it up.
Yeah, so funny in these matchups. You always have to ask yourself, does it make more sense for you to pull the trigger first or wait for them to do it and then counterpunch it? Certainly seems like Megan's more comfortable when the attack is made at her and she can simply react and put those powerful ground strokes on display, or volleys rather.
Side out.
You can see some of these volleys missed from Spencer and Allyce just a little bit from time to time, and I think it's because of the pressure that Callan and Megan are putting on them with such great defense.
7-9-1.
Yeah, 100%.
I feel like they have to do so much more with the ball.
Just a little wide there for Megan. But to your point, Johnny, that's what great defense does, right? It may manifest itself later in the match because you feel like you have to do more every single time you hit the ball.
And Callan Dawson sliding into that one.
Trying to shake his own bake there. It's been a play that certainly worked for him. Just Allyce was able to do enough with that first volley.
Let's double check. 7-9-1. I'm sorry, 9-7-1.
Good point.
Second server.
And Spencer Smith coming up a little bit short.
9-7-2.
And Allyce Jones on her paddle, 9-7-2.
Side out.
And for those that are a little bit newer to the sport, you see that, when one side is always kind of taking the net right out of the gate, the other side is trying to figure out how to get up to the net and neutralize and get into that point. You can do it with aggression, you can do it with slowing the game down, but really that's the first puzzle you're trying to solve.
Second server.
And Megan putting her hands up in the air a little bit, wondering how she couldn't make that one. Just got under it a little too much.
7-9-2.
And another opportunity here, 7-9-2.
Point.
Disciplined leave there by Megan. Easier said than done to let those out balls go.
8-9-2.
Great lead and a come on from Allyce Jones. Trying to get that momentum back so they can close out this game too.
9-8-1.
Great ball movement there. Another opportunity here for Allyce Jones. 9-8-2. And looking to go around the post, but decides not to. Spencer was already backing up, ready to go. And Allyce Jones kind of caught off guard, I think.
Yeah, she definitely had a ball that she could speed up, just unable to execute there. Slightly clipped the tape on that one.
And nice little combination, back and forth we go. Spencer Smith finally with the overhead put away.
8-9-2.
And Megan Dizon with the backhand. Spencer attacking, and she's ready.
Excellent coverage, and you'll see what she'll do with her body there when she finds that big two-hander. She'll actually slide her shoulders to the side to create this spacing to be able to really stick that volley and maximize her power. Well done.
And a big hold there, so Spencer Smith, Allyce Jones, all tied here, 9-9.
9-9-1.
Big point coming. Nice combination, great point from all four players, and just like that, Spencer Smith and Allyce Jones have match point.
See how important of a point that was. Very quality point from everyone there. Spencer choosing to stay in that pattern with the cross-court backhands.
And trying to finish it with one big swing. Spencer Smith unable to execute.
Surprised we haven't seen a timeout here in this match.
And great exchange there from all four players. Spencer Smith ready to go, as well as Megan Dizon finally finishing it with her forehand.
Once again, proving that she is very, very difficult to attack.
Yeah, Allyce Jones says I'm not too bad either.
She says I've got a two-hander myself. Huge point here.
9-10-2. Side out.
And Allyce Jones creating some pressure, moving around just to show that she was going to try to Ernie and jump the kitchen.
10-9-1.
Callan Dawson coming up short. So Match point again. Spencer leaves that one after a very patient point from all four players.
Yeah, everyone's certainly waiting for that one to kind of build organically. Callan eventually got the pop-up and was able to put it away.
10-9-2.
Another opportunity here for Spencer Smith and Allyce Jones to finish this match.
Oh, geez.
And that's going to do it on an amazing play. Great defense from Callan, Dawson, Dizon, but way too much to overcome
11-9.
after going against Spencer Smith and Allyce Jones, who will be moving on.
Quite a first match, folks. Quite a first match. We're going to have a lot more of the best in the world to come here, but I thought the nerves of steel at the end, you could see how patient Spencer and Allyce were to close that out.
Absolutely. So they're going to move on, and we're going to be back. Don't go anywhere. Johnny Pickleball, Andrews, Kyle McKenzie. We'll see you in a bit.